All right, today we're talking about the Sky Sheet Shield, the living roof that thinks. I know, it sounds straight out of a sci-fi movie, right? But what if I told you it's a concept deeply rooted in real-world science? We're talking about a roof that isn't just a hunk of shingles, but an active, living skin for a building, a roof that can actually think.
So let's just kick things off with that one simple but honestly pretty profound question. What if a roof could do more than just, keep the rain out? What if the very skin of our buildings could sense, protect, and even metabolize energy, almost like a living organism?
Well, the answer to that comes from this really fascinating concept paper by Ido Margolin, and it's something he calls the Sky Sheet Shield. Now get this isn't just about bolting a bunch of different gadgets onto a roof. No, the vision here is for a single, unified material that does it all. It harvests energy, it senses what's going on around it, and it provides a level of security that's, well, it's totally new.
Okay, section 1, a living, thinking skin. It's not a bundle of gadgets, it's one metabolizing material. And this right here, this is the core principle. We're not talking about adding more tech to a roof. The whole point is that the roof is the technology, a single, living, metabolizing skin.
And the source paper, it just puts it perfectly. It says the sheet is a single material where all these different functions, light energy, field sensing, biosignals, they all co-evolve. And that word co-evolve, that's everything. It means every single part is designed to work with every other part. The energy it gathers, that powers its senses. And its senses, they help it gather energy even better. It's this beautiful, self-supporting loop.
So how does this whole thing actually work? Well, it all boils down to 3 main jobs, all distinct but totally interconnected, and all performed by this one amazing sheet. Let's dig into what they are. Okay, job number 1, harvest light. First off, this thing is its own power plant. The sheet works as what's called a luminescent solar concentrator, basically grabbing sunlight and turning it into electricity to run itself. But here's the cool part. It's also really smart. So imagine it on a greenhouse. It doesn't just block the sun, it can actually filter the light, giving the plants the exact kind of light they need to grow best. Pretty incredible, right? Next up, job 2, sense drones. And this is where it gets into some serious security tech. The sheet can release this cloud of what the paper calls intelligent dust. Think of it like creating invisible tripwires in the air. So when a drone flies nearby, its motors create this tiny magnetic disturbance, and the sheet can passively detect that. No need for power-hungry radar, anything like that. It just senses it. And for job number 3, this is where my mind was kind of blown. It creates quantum fingerprints. See, inside the sheet, there's a special gel inspired by nature. This gel reacts to its environment, light, magnetic fields, at a quantum level. And in doing so, it generates a completely unique, totally unclonable digital signature. It's like a fingerprint, but, and this is key, it's not a fingerprint of the sheet. It's a fingerprint of that exact moment in reality.
So, hold on. A power plant, a drone detector, and a quantum security device all in one sheet? How is that even possible? Well, the secret is in the layers. It's all about how they work together, 24/7.
Okay, let's look at how these layers cooperate. You've got the main sheet, the PLS. During the day, super simple. It's just soaking up sunlight. But at night, it flips a switch and uses all that stored energy to power the whole system. Then there's the gel layer. By day, it's sensing the world around it. At night, its job changes. It starts generating that quantum randomness for the security fingerprint. And finally, that intelligent dust cloud. It just kind of hangs out during the day, waiting. But at night, it's on duty, ready to send back an echo to detect any intruders. You can see how nothing is ever off. Every part has a day job and a night job. And all of this creates what you could call an energy information loop. It's like the building has a metabolism. Step 1, capture sunlight, turn it into electricity. Step 2, use that power to send out a challenge, a little scan of light into that pollen cloud. Step 3, read the echo that bounces back. And step 4, fuse that echo with all the magnetic data to get a full picture of what's out there. It's just this constant, beautiful process of turning light into information.
All right, let's get back to that quantum fingerprint, because this leads to something absolutely profound. A concept the paper calls authenticated reality. And believe me, this is a total game changer.
Here's the most important thing to understand. That unique signature, it's not just an ID tag for the sheet itself. No. Because it's generated from the mix of sunlight, the Earth's magnetic field, even the tiny little currents of air, it's actually a fingerprint of the entire environment around it. It's fingerprinting reality itself. And this leads to a brilliant, almost mind-bending conclusion. The paper says that to try and spoof this sheet, to fake its signature, you wouldn't just need to clone the material, you would have to clone the entire surrounding reality in real time. I mean, think about that. You'd have to fake the exact sunlight, the magnetic field, every little gust of wind. It's basically physically impossible. So what does this actually let us do? The implications are just massive. You could have canopies that are physically impossible to tamper with without being detected. You could create crypto keys that are bound to a specific place and time. They just won't work anywhere else. You could even have secure communications where the environment itself is the lock. Wild. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. This all sounds incredibly ambitious, right? Maybe a little too much like science fiction. But what's so great about this paper is that it doesn't just stop at the what if. It actually lays out a practical roadmap to get from concept to canopy. I mean, it even gives a 10-week plan for a minimum viable product. Weeks 1 to 3, build and test the energy layer. Weeks 4 to 6, get that intelligent dust working in a test box. 7 and 8, you plug in the computer, and by weeks 9 and 10, you're testing the whole loop with actual drone detection. It takes this massive, world-changing idea and breaks it down into totally doable steps. And the cost? Well, the target is about $50 per square meter when produced at scale. And that price point tells you everything you need to know. The goal here isn't some crazy expensive, unobtainable military gadget. It's a practical, affordable material that you could actually use for things like protecting crops. Okay, and finally, we get to what might be the most elegant part of this whole idea. It's how the sheet enters into a dialogue with nature. It's not just about cold, hard tech. It's about creating a conversation with the living world it's designed to protect.
So let's go back to that greenhouse example. It's a two-way conversation. When plants get stressed, they actually change the way they glow, how they fluoresce. The sheet is sensitive enough to pick up on that subtle change. And here's the amazing part. The sheet can then respond by changing the kind of light it lets through, actively helping the plant to feel better. From the plant to the sheet, and from the sheet back to the plant, it's a true biofeedback loop. And really, that's the ultimate vision here. It's a huge shift in thinking, isn't it? We're moving away from technology that just dominates nature to technology that actually listens and responds, a tool that enters into a dialogue with the world instead of just shouting at it. So this whole concept leaves us with one last big question to chew on. What's next when our buildings become our allies? It pushes us to imagine a future where the structures we build aren't just passive shelters anymore, but active, intelligent partners. And if our buildings really do become our allies, well, what becomes possible then?